Oh, hello. I assume you're here to learn about St. Patrick, the Irishman. St. Patrick was a wonderful man. He was a saint, if you didn't already know this. He was also a leprechaun. Over the next 4 hours, we will indulge you on various facts about St. Patrick. Now, follow me.
Evening there. My name is Petunia O'Callahan, and I'm here to talk to you about Ireland and St. Patrick and Lucky Charms. Once upon a time, there was a great nation called Ireland, and they didn't have any snakes at all, and the world was full of leprechauns, these magical little creatures, and St. Patrick was the leader of the leprechauns. He was like the Pied Piper. He played the flute.
The thing about St. Patrick was what a great person he was. He was just such a kind-hearted man, you know, always caring about the Irish and the potato famine and all, and he was a great guy, you know, being kidnapped and all, and then, you know, returning to become king of the beans of Ireland. If you don't believe me, it says so right here in this book. Yes, St. Patrick was quite the fellow, you know. He was quite the guy. He was rather on top of things. He was, you know how he was, you know, and all that. All right.
Just researching that wonderful man. A little bit. He was a merchant from the Venetian Republic. The exact time and his date of his birth are unknown. Current theories are mostly conjectural, however. The most quoted specific date is somewhere around 1252.
Now, St. Patrick was the king of beans in Ireland. He brought over the pinto bean to Ireland from the West East Indies, and he told all the people that they should refry them and fry them and eat them with salsa and potato chips, and that it would make them taste much better. And they just spent numerous times, and he saved many people's lives, and so they anointed him the king of beans, and forever in history in Ireland, St. Patrick will be remembered as the patron saint of beans.
Hey, sir, what do you know about St. Patrick?
Well, growing up, my dad would tell me these stories about him. Like how he's responsible for all the greenery in Ireland, how beautiful it is. He planted all those seeds by hand. He makes Johnny Appleseed look like a kindergartner in a bean patch. He's such an inspiration. He treats his little leprechauns like kids, not like animals. Like, everyone looks at leprechauns like they're something else, not humans, but he looks at them like normal people. They sit in his lap, he feeds them like pigeons, and I love him. I got it.
And, you know, St. Patrick, St. Patrick, he's the patron saint of Ireland, you know. You know, he is, and, you know, it takes quite a deal to become the patron saint of, you know, an island full of drunkards, and really, it's just, I'm quite bedazzled by him, really, you know. St. Patrick there, he was quite the fellow, indeed, you know, Ireland and all that, and the little leprechauns love him, you know. Leprechauns love St. Patrick, you know how that is, you know how it goes with the St. Patrick. Yes, the leprechauns love him, and all the Irish love him, you know. He's quite the fellow indeed. Indeed.
In the 1930s, St. Patrick came over from Ireland after his saintly work was done, and came over to America, where he was elected president during the middle and the height of the Great Depression.
Hello, sir. If I could interrupt your work for a moment. I'd like to ask you a few questions about the St. Patrick and his contribution to the Irish community.
Oh, yeah, I knew the guy. My grandpa was best friends with him. Said he was a great man. And about the environment, he really cared about nature. He didn't just not care. He cared, and I mean, he recycled, and he actually, I think he started recycling. That's what, not everyone who recycles, we have him to thank. Without him, like, it'd just be trash, and trash everywhere, and just pollution. Ireland wouldn't be green. Just nothing. Just, if he hadn't started recycling, no one would have. He's just a leader, and we should all recycle, and everyone should recycle. And if you don't recycle, that's just disrespecting the earth. And St. Patrick set a good example, and he knew what he meant when he recycled. And that's why we should all too. So, that's why I recycle.
When St. Patrick was a young lad, out in the fields playing with his childhood friends, and all of a sudden a wild man came from the wilderness and kidnapped him. It's presumed that he was a Viking. It was a harrowing experience for the young Patrick. And he was brought back to Ireland, where he was forced to toil endlessly with the sheep and the livestock and the pigs and the oranges and the breakfast cereals and all sorts of rats with diseases such as Lyme's disease, cancer, AIDS, terrible things. St. Patrick would have contracted these diseases if he wasn't blessed by God, but fortunately he was. While in Ireland, St. Patrick learned about the flora and the fauna, and he taught the local people to cultivate the land and treat their livestock kindly. He also discovered the race of leprechauns, which was forced by the vicious caste system to toil endlessly day and night, cleaning bathrooms with toothbrushes and creating lucky charms out of styrofoam. And St. Patrick